quiet town of Hollowbrook, nestled far from the city, lies an ancient house no one dares approach after dark. The townsfolk avoid it, claiming it harbors spirits of the past. Its windows stare blankly at passers-by, as if hiding secrets. Strange lights flicker in the upper windows at midnight, and those brave enough to get close say they hear voices, some pleading, some angry. Years ago, the Blackwood familia, father, mother, and 2 children, moved into the house. The father, Richard, was a known spiritualist obsessed with communicating with the dead. One cold winter night, they all disappeared without a trace. Only a single message was found in Richard's study. They are here. Years later, Dr. Samuel Harris, a seasoned paranormal investigator, arrives in Hollowbrook. Known for his skepticism, he's determined to debunk the ghostly rumors surrounding the Blackwood house. As he approaches the house, a group of locals warns him to stay away, claiming that even the bravest who enter don't return the same. Inside, Dr. Harris unpacks his scientific equipment in the main living room, setting up cameras, an EMF meter, and a thermal detector. He talks into his recorder, documenting his observations. The house feels cold, but that's likely due to its age. No immediate signs of paranormal activity. Just then, he hears a faint, almost pleading whisper, saying, "Leave." Dr. Harris is joined by Joanne, a journalist and self-proclaimed skeptic who believes ghost stories are fabricated for fame. She begins interviewing Dr. Harris, mocking the local rumors as mere superstition. "Dr. Harris, don't you think this is all just in people's heads?" she asks with a smirk.
Wait. Before you go deeper into the darkness, if you're still watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Midnight Frights is just getting started. You don't want to miss what's lurking ahead.
As Joanne and Dr. Harris discuss the case, a shadow flits past the doorway, catching Joanne's eye. She stops mid-sentence, her face losing color as she stares at the spot. Dr. Harris follows her gaze, but the shadow is gone. "Probably just a draft," she mutters, though her voice shakes slightly. Dr. Harris and Joanne move down a dark corridor to a small, cold room. Inside, they find an old, framed photo of the Blackwood family lying face down on the floor. Joanne picks it up, studying the blank expressions of the family members. "Strange they look almost hollow," she whispers. Joanne tries to shake off her unease, convincing herself it's all in her head. But as she starts walking down the hallway, she hears her own voice echoing from somewhere behind her, saying, "There's nothing here." Startled, she turns to Dr. Harris, who looks equally disturbed. Joanne's skepticism starts to wane as they hear footsteps in the distance, growing louder. She clutches her notepad tightly, her face pale. "Are you still so sure there's nothing here, Joanne?" Dr. Harris asks, his voice tense. She says nothing, staring at the dark hallway ahead. As Dr. Harris attempts to rationalize the strange occurrences, his EMF meter spikes erratically. He feels a chilling presence close to him, as if someone is breathing down his neck. He spins around, only to find Joanne staring at him, her face reflecting his growing dread. Joanne turns to Dr. Harris and admits, maybe there is something here after all. Suddenly, the radio crackles to life with an eerie, distorted voice saying, "You shouldn't have come." The voice sounds oddly familiar, like that of another skeptic who once visited the house and never returned. Realizing the danger, Dr. Harris and Joanne try to leave, but every door is locked. The temperature drops further, and they feel an unseen force pressing on them. weighing them down. Joanne whispers, "Please let us go." A voice replies mockingly, "You're one of us now." The house grows darker, swallowing their flashlights' beams. Whispers echo from every corner, overlapping voices, demanding, "Stay with us." Dr. Harris falls to his knees, overwhelmed by the oppressive force. Joanne backs into a corner, her skepticism completely shattered, her face pale with horror. As the darkness closes in, Dr. Harris feels his vision blur. The voices crescendo into a terrifying chorus, each one demanding his soul. In a final whisper, he hears, "Welcome to eternity." The screen fades to black as the house claims yet another skeptic.
This is just the beginning of the horrors lurking within the Blackwood House, a place where reality bends and the living become the haunted. If you dare to journey deeper, follow us, subscribe to Midnight Frights, and prepare yourself for the tales that crawl into your mind and never let go. For once you enter, you may never escape.